Hello, everyone. This is the first papal debate for the July 2023 papal election. Today is an unusual debate because only one of the debaters has actually showed up, Miles the First. So usually I would have flipped a coin, who goes first, but we only have one person. So, you're allotted 60 seconds to make an opening remark about your campaign.
Hi everyone, I'm Miles the First. I am currently serving as Archbishop of Bidenism. I've been in the church since September of 2022, and though I've only been around a short time, I feel like I've already made a very strong impact on the church. I served as a counselor, and now I'm the Archbishop, and I'm running for Pope. As Pope, I plan to, strengthen my policies on truth and honesty and fairness, because a lot of the things I was involved in the past had to do with certain churchgoers that were not upholding policies of fairness and truth and honesty, and that is something that I feel very strongly towards. But yeah, vote Miles the First.
Thank you. Okay, next question. What would you do in your first week in office?
My first week in office, I would most likely try and strengthen some connections in the church. I'd try and get more people to participate. I'd also love to redesign some of our flags because they're terrible. No offense. And I would implement new policies. I would definitely try and grow the church. That's something I've been very adamant on, is trying to improve our numbers, because we don't always have the largest poll results when it comes to voting, and that's definitely important for our church, is to have voters. Our voters make the church. So that's probably one of my biggest goals. I don't know if I can accomplish all that in the first week, but I will damn as well try.
Okay. The next question is, why are you a better choice than the other people running for Pope?
Well, I think this is a little obvious. I'm the only one that showed up today, so clearly I care deeply about Biden and this religion and this church and this people. So I feel like just by showing up today, obviously, I am the best candidate. I've also been in the church longer than some of my other competitors, and I've also served archbishop and counselor. Some of the other people running have not done archbishop. They haven't been on the council very long, so I feel like I'm also more, senior. I have a seniority compared to some of my competitors, and then obviously I'm here, and they didn't show up. So I think it's I care about this church, and I want to do things to help improve it and strengthen it and keep it going.
Okay. There have been calls to expand the council. Do you support such measures? And if
I
you
do.
do,
Oh, sorry.
will you move as Pope to further expand the body?
I feel like expanding the council is a good idea if we can get more people to participate, because a big issue again is a lack of participation. I feel like if we expanded the council and we didn't bring in more people, most of our voters would end up being counselors, and that isn't really a wise idea. So I'm all for expanding the church in general, so that includes the council. But I definitely think if we're going to be expanding the council, we need to get more active churchgoers, more active voters, more active, just active in general. And then will I be moving onto the council? That depends on what the people want. I'll do whatever the people want. If they want me as Pope, I'll be Pope. If they want me as a council member, I'll be on the council. I personally don't mind. I'm running for Pope because I want to try it out. I would love to have that position. I would love to show my devotion for the church and for Biden. But if you guys want me on the council, I'll be on the council.
Okay. What do you see wrong with the church right now? And what would you do to fix it as Pope?
I see, as mentioned before, a lot of inactivity in our church, and that's one thing I strive to improve, is just overall activities and communication, and just people in general communicating amongst each other in the church, more activities, stuff like that. But also I feel like we need to have a bigger sense of community as well. A lot of people in the church don't know each other or aren't that friendly with each other. So I feel like we should strengthen our numbers, strengthen our bonds, and just try and form a better community. And that will improve our church by like astronomical measures. And then we can all just worship our lovely God, Joe Biden, together. Bless
Okay.
you.
Okay. In recent months, there has been whispers of new Daemonist threats against the church. The current administration has made clear the Daemonist danger that the company DK Oldies threatens the church with, and more recently, the Daemonist governor of Florida has taken actions against the church's doctrine. As Pope, how will you deal with these Daemonist threats and further expand the word of the Biden?
Personally, I condemn the actions of Ron DeShitas, and I also condemn the actions of GK Oldies. I personally think we should participate in crusades to actively show that we do not stand with these policies. We do not stand with these people. We are against it. And we will continue to fight for our church, our religion, and what we believe is right. Because no matter how hard these politicians, these companies try, they cannot silence us. They cannot get rid of us. We will always be here, and they can't do anything about that. So I believe we need to use our voice, the voice that we have, and expand our horizons and do what we can to fight against these acts of discrimination. I think Ron DeShitas is going to burn in hell with the daemon. I think he is literally scum. So yeah.
Okay. This next question you've kind of already answered, but what will you do if elected to create more activity in the church, and how will you get more people involved?
I think to elaborate more specifically on that, I would love to start hosting more events and doing more polls to see what people are interested in doing with events. Obviously, more networking would be advisable as well. And I'm also actively working with you to establish a church in Asheville for UNC Asheville's an official club for our college that we attend. So I think that will also bring in more people and more activities in the church. It'll just help things get more, exciting. By having more people, by having more events, more activities, I think it would definitely help the church feel a bit more lively.
Okay. And then finally, what are your closing remarks?
My closing remarks are thank you to everyone who has taken the time to listen to this today, and thank you for everyone for even just considering voting for Miles the First for Pope. And with that, I encourage you to vote for me because, like I previously mentioned, I was the only person that showed up to this. And also, I feel like I have done things for this church that other candidates have not. I fought against uh, alleged daemonists in February who were threatening policies in the church and spewing hate speech in the church. I have done everything I can to make the church a wonderful place, and I will only continue to do that as Pope. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miles the First. This concludes the first papal debate. Thank you for everyone who listened. We will be having another debate sometime in June. Praise Biden.
Danke.